Yes, our newspaper reviewer, Chukwudi Okole-Baja, is here. Good morning, Chooks.
Good morning, Demola. I drove through the gathering Hamatan, ambience to the place. I'm happy. This thing is seasonal, and everything must take its turn in the season. Victor, how are you?
Well, I'm all right. Waiting for my own turn.
You look good. Your turn to do what?
To take my turn. Everything is taking turn.
Turn by turn.
Nigeria Limited. All right, let's begin with the leadership. And the lead story here looks like People's Democratic Party leaders arrive in Ibadan ahead of convention as Oyo Court extends order forbidding interference with Saturday meeting. That story is on page 4. Just in the tiny strip above that story, education. Federal government cancels mother tongue policy. You get details of that on page 27. Above the nameplate, capital gains tax. Stock market regains 2.6 trillion naira as Edun Oyedele reassure investors. Details on page 25. Ganduje gives contractor 2 weeks to complete Kanu Airport domestic terminal. That's on page 26. And to the last set of stories on the front page of the leadership. UN names Nigeria, 15 other countries as food insecurity hotspots. Page 7. I won't force my deputy to join All Progressives Congress, Diri. Page 28. Department of State Services files charges against man who called for coup. Page 24. And finally, from here, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria urges reversal of sachet alcohol ban. Okay, let's get to the blueprint. ANEC 2025. Tinubu okays tax relief, deductions, VAT exemptions for media. Right? Urges editors on responsible journalism, patriotism. President's presence, respect for media. That's credited to Idris, Information Minister. Above the nameplate, Nigeria records 17% drop in maternal mortality, 12% in newborn babies. That's according to the minister, and it's on page 7. Below the nameplate, herbalist on trial for alleged defilement of 6-year-old girl. Details on page 10. In business, banks' capital adequacy ratio dips to 12% in July, says CBN, and on page 20. In sports, playoffs, Super Eagles return to training, and you get details of that on page 32. And just to the last couple, Senate approves FG's fresh 1.15 trillion naira loan request. And FG spent 1.15 trillion naira to procure arms from US to fight terrorism. It's credited to IMPI. Ademola.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. I have the Daily Trust newspaper. And just below the nameplate, we have government drops mother tongue policy. Details on page 29. World Cup. Eagles battle Gabon in crucial playoff today. Details of that story can be found on page 38. Criticize us fairly, Tinubu tells media. Then we have this major headline. Despite Tinubu's pledge, federal government takes fresh 1.15 trillion naira loan. Details on page 3. I lost 120 million goods cash to market fire trader, and that is the Singa market in Kano State yesterday. Well, Chooks?
Yeah. Debola. The president is asking us to criticize him, criticize his administration fairly.
Yeah.
That's a good request. First of all, it recognizes that we have a right to hold them to account.
Yes.
So what we need to do is to practice our factuality, fairness, accuracy, objectivity, and balance. That's what the president is asking for. It's a clarion call to good journalists. Victor, did you read that alcohol thing again?
Yes, I did.
People, when they put pito for small bottle. Akpeteshi.
I think
You know?
it's,
Did you drink Pito? Pito is different, actually.
Victor, I'm sure that policy is targeted against the likes of you. Education, federal government councils mother tongue policy. It's a bit hazy to me. I don't quite understand it. I am one of those who would support that you start teaching people what we call the BC in those days, you know, with the mother tongue, then step them up into English gradually. You know, that's not an issue. My grounds with it is that this pronouncement was made at a British Council event. Some people say, I hope this is not neo-colonialism. Look, the British man had a linguistic conquest of the world long ago. Now, for you to actually perform some international jobs well, you must know English. Let's look at something like refereeing international matches. An international referee considers it a do-or-die affair, that they pick up some measure of English and all that. That is understandable. But we must never give the impression that any of our languages is inferior to English. It's very important.
I guess the reason why the government is coming out with that policy is explained by the minister. It says that the cancellation of the mother tongue policy was informed by data and evidence showing that its overuse in some regions had negatively affected learning outcomes, contributing to high failure rates in national examinations such as JAM, WAEC, and NECO.
Which are conducted in English. Okay, that's the point. So it's research, you know,
data
based.
And all that, yes.
Okay, that's a good one. Thanks for the explanation. Fubara said something I really applaud here. I won't force my deputy to join all progressives.
Fubara?
Was it Fubara?
Diri.
Oh, Diri. Governor Diri. Whoever said it among them, it is the message I'm interested in. A situation where a state chief executive considers that wherever he goes, every other person goes in terms of partisan journeys is not democratic.
I think it's not the first person that did that. And this man from
no,
Akwa
to even
Ibom.
say it, you see, to say it is one thing. We've had people who said that in the past.
Victor, you are always showing me a glass that is half empty of water.
With both,
can you show me one that is half full of water, Victor? The fact that he said it at all. Victor, you're a bit, you know,
just
stingy
it doesn't
with
matter.
compliments.
What about action speaking louder than words?
Are you going to see his tomorrow now? Work with what he has said now. If it doesn't live up to his...
That's even be able to accommodate the other views, right?
You know? But I am actually saying that if you decide to get into a political party, it is not the case that everybody must join you too. And it doesn't mean that whoever does not join you becomes a traitor.
It's unfortunate
Democracy.
that here in this country is usually a bandwagon effect. The moment one person joins, the other
because
goes.
if you don't, you begin to suffer certain consequences.
Is it this country? It's Africa. I was happy when Cyril Ramaphosa told a truculent Trump, look at him, he's in my cabinet, but he's not in my party. You're saying there's a genocide against white farmers in... Let him speak up. And the other man who is in a different party said, Mr. President, I need to explain to you that some of these things you are saying are coming from a rather abrasive, you know, wing of the... It's not a reflection of what happens in South Africa. I like the way they handled Trump that day. Wonderful, you know. So this plurality has to be allowed to happen. People have to be allowed to be themselves politically, whatever you want to call it. Freedom. When you curtail a man's freedom, you've taken half of his life. I'm one of those who will tell you, don't touch my freedom. I'd rather stay poor than join you, become a rich man, and I can't talk like a parrot anymore. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work.
Debo,
Yeah.
the reassurance from Oyedele is coming in good time. You know, these people who take stocks, I really praise them. Today you hear that the thing has hit rock bottom. Tomorrow you hear that it's gone up again. I won't invest in those quotas. I don't get that kind of heart. It's for the likes of fledgling millionaires like Victor. You know?
Amen.
Amen. He says amen to
The
that.
Eagles are ready.
Eh?
The World Cup, Eagles battle Gabon.
They're playing today.
Yeah, they're playing today, and I think they resumed their training yesterday.
Let's wish them well, please. Nigeria is our country. I have a lot of, too many axes to grind concerning the performance we put out in football, because I know that this country is overflowing with
But in
talent.
their last 4 matches, they've not lost any.
They've not.
No, they have not.
I'm not a lie person. I'm not a lie person when they do awoko, when exams are 2 weeks away. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Do they still recite poems in schools? I hope they still do. We wish them well because they are our own. But I feel that after this World Cup, after the Africa Cup of Nations and all that,
After them qualifying,
let us come back and look for people who can give us people who run on the balls of their feet, not people who run on flat feet, like a Kamwe don't spoil for ground. No, I don't like it. They have to be smart. They have to be like Arsenal players. You understand what I'm saying?
Did you play football when you were young?
No, but you.
Why
Look at
him.
that kind of
Look
question?
at him.
You just look at the feet.
I had,
you look at the feet.
I
that
had an alias. They called me Lukito. Look at you. I never announced that one before. And I really look like Lukito. Lukito. Imagine.
Were you in the center forward?
They are the ones that pick.
Of course now.
They pick the ball.
No, the good thing about me was I was a sprinter. But the problem I had was that big people easily shoved me aside, and I just careened to that. My enemy don't pick up something with.
So you now know that it's not easy to play football.
No, it's not. It's not. And I've had about 2 serious injuries.
So you should give credit to those guys.
I'm giving them credit. I'm just saying that we should step up. A lot of talent abound in Nigeria. Search well. You get people, young people
We should
who can
step up, but we should also look after them, because it's going to be the same story. Alex Iwobi, posted a picture. He didn't say anything. He just posted a picture of the hotel environment that they are in Morocco. And I mean,
Victor, you have a point.
You need to see it and make
you
your
have a point.
own,
But you didn't watch football when I watched football. Thomas Nkono, Cameroonian goalkeeper, Mbemo and the rest of them, they would come beat us at Obe Stadium. When they got back to Yaoundé, now chewing-gum money that they give them, yet they fought for their country. Sometimes too, you do not place money and bonuses first.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it shouldn't be given to them.
They're going to play.
Those Cameroonians, they were not getting 1/3 of what Nigerians were getting, but they were beating us. Sometimes the patriotic zeal needs to run in you. Look after our boys. Treat them like human beings. I agree with you, Victor. But don't have a mercenary attitude towards delivering for your country. Maybe that's why I can't be called a rich man, but that was how we're brought up, to think.
Well, we wish them well. We'll be supporting
No,
them.
we must clap for them.
We ourselves. And manufacturers are seeking reversal of a sachet alcohol ban. And the argument is that, the ban contradicts agreements reached in the national alcohol policy and will lead to job losses.
What was the agreement?
Well, that hasn't been stated here. Trying to lead to job losses and reduced economic activity and increased illicit trade. I think that last one, because people will still find a way around it.
He's talking something close to what is statutory, what has been stated somewhere. But you see, the health of a nation comes first.
The health implication.
I am not one of those who applaud Trump for going into almost international waters to blow boats out of the waters because he says they are carrying drugs, without sufficient proof. But the truth is that these things, narcotics, alcohol, if you don't check them, you create what is called a somnambulistic society of young people, sleepwalking people, people who are half dead, unproductive people.
Agreed.
That's it.
But if it's written somewhere, then you better alter it, because
exactly.
if it's written,
that's why I said there's a statutory thing concerning it. We have to work on it. Otherwise, you'll be breaking a policy or a law somewhere.
Anyway, Chooks,
thank you very much.
You've been very productive.
So that we don't break the law of the programming here.
That's overstaying.
We wish you a great day.
I know.
We'll see you again tomorrow.
I know.
Go play some football.
Bad boy.
Good morning, Nigeria. We'll be back with the conversation proper.